What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Harry the Horse Barbecue. I'm Harry, and today we're making a smoked flat iron. That's right, we're gonna snag a whole flat iron, season it like a brisket, cook it low and slow on the smoker to build that briskety bark. Then we'll slice on in to reveal some beautiful, tender flat iron. Is this really an alternative to brisket? We're gonna find out. Let's get it.
Harry the Horse Barbecue.
Flat iron is a cut of beef from the shoulder of the cow, cut from the shoulder clod, and is commonly butterflied apart to separate a big, thick band of sinew that runs in the muscle. That butterflying allows you to cook the flat iron as a steak. But as my hat suggests, we're looking to smoke this like a brisket. Now shout out to Joe Yim, Knox Ave Barbecue, and LeRoy and Lewis. Those guys have been workshopping and have been the pioneers of the smoked flat iron, and LeRoy and Lewis have been using it as their daily alternative to brisket. Well, we're gonna find out today if this can really be a delicious alternative to brisket. So in order to make this smoked flat iron, we gotta go shopping for a flat iron. Let's go. Flat iron. Now I picked up this flat iron or top blade from my guys over at Marble Meat Shop. Most butchers are filleting out or butterflying out that sinew that's in the middle, but our goal is to render it out. So enough horsing around, let's get this flat iron out of the pack. Oh yeah, that's looking really good. Now I asked my butcher to leave a bit of a fat cap on here because I told them I'd be cooking it like a brisket, and you can see right there, that's that big line of sinew or silver skin that runs right through the two muscles, and most people will butterfly this out. You normally cannot find a whole flat iron like this at a grocery store. At least in my experience, I've never seen one, but you know this meat is gonna be high quality from marbled, so let's season this up like a brisket. Now, after doing a lot of research and watching guys like Joe Yim and LeRoy and Lewis cook up this flat iron, there's been no real specific information about what seasoning is being used, what temperatures LeRoy and Lewis cooks their flat irons at. The most information I got is that they cook it like a brisket, and they definitely foil boat it. So if this is gonna be cooked like a brisket, we gotta hit this with a brisket rub. So in this container is just 2 parts coarse black pepper, 1 part kosher salt, half a part granulated garlic, half a part granulated onion. No binders, going super old school. But man, something about the flat iron just looks old school and super cool. Love how LeRoy and Lewis is utilizing these different types of sliceable beef cuts to elevate barbecue, celebrating essentially every part of the cow. I've got a lot of respect for those guys and guys like Joe Yim who are constantly over there training guys, figuring out the best way to utilize all the cuts that they're bringing in. And I just applaud them for being different. They're proving on a daily basis that you don't need to have the traditional cuts of barbecue all the time. You know, they have the brisket and they have the ribs and they have the sausage, but they'll give those traditional cuts a unique twist, and then they'll break something like this out and give some of these old cuts new life. You know, I hope if any of that LeRoy and Lewis staff are watching this, shout out to y'all. Hopefully I can come down to the new LeRoy and Lewis brick and mortar and really get a taste of what it's about. But based on my research, this is the best that I'm gonna be able to do. And one thing is for sure, we're gonna get some beautiful sliceable flat iron at the end of the day. This flat iron is all seasoned up and it's ready for the cooker. So let's go fire up the cooker. Stupid fake nests. Gotta let the coals get hot. Sweet. All right, y'all, the cooker's at about 200 degrees Fahrenheit and on its way up to about 225, 250. That's where we're gonna be rocking out this flat iron for pretty much the entire cook. We're gonna keep the temps low and the fire smoky to help that flat iron build up some beautiful bark and smoke flavor. But enough horsing around, let's go grab that flat iron and get it on. Let's go. A beautiful smoked flat iron coming up for y'all. Up and under. Okay, nice and smoky, flat iron going right in the back. Something about like that. All right, y'all, we got this flat iron rocking in the middle back of the cooker. We're gonna let it rock in that beautiful oak and cherry wood smoke so it builds up some beautiful smoke flavor and a nice briskety bark. I've got the damper to the smokestack about a quarter of the way closed. I've got a water pan on the designated water pan shelf, and we got our fire rocking at about 225 to 250 degrees. So we're gonna let this flat iron rock out for the next few hours, and I'll bring y'all back when it's looking barky and smoky. But until then, let's close it down. Boom, shakalaka. I'm really hoping to cook this flat iron the same way that LeRoy and Lewis do. Do rhymes with blue. What's that? You see a blue? Where? There's our blue. Flat iron and a crisp cold Canadian Pilsner. Sounds good to me. Let's check on that flat iron. Truthfully, y'all, I've already recorded this segment and my mic was off. But at this point in the video, we're about 4 hours into this flat iron cook. Things have gone pretty smoothly, but I do have a disclaimer for y'all. I'm not claiming that this is how LeRoy and Lewis cook their flat iron. I have never been to LeRoy and Lewis. I have never tasted the flat iron that they're serving up there. And in no way am I telling y'all that this is how LeRoy and Lewis does this. I just know they're cooking flat iron over there and I wanted to replicate it at home to the best of my ability. So with that being said, let's take a look at this flat iron. All right, y'all, you can see that this flat iron has been rocking in the smoke. It's picking up a lot of nice red color from the smoke, building a nice bark up to this point. I'm surprised with how much this flat iron actually shrunk up. It's feeling nice and firm, and a little bit of rendering is occurring on the fat cap. If we give this a probe and check out the internal temperature, we are reading in the low 150s. So this flat iron actually has a little bit of ways to go. We're gonna pull this around 195 to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So now we're just gonna give this a rotation just to ensure some even cooking, and then we're just gonna give it a spritz down. All I did was spritz with some apple cider vinegar, and this flat iron is looking amazing at this point in the cook. Now my major source of evidence is Joe Yim Knocks Out Barbecue's video that I'll link here and in the description down below, so make sure you check it out. But in Joe's video, it looks like Cole Parkman and others are cooking the flat iron during the day or even at nighttime, which leads me to believe that they are giving the flat iron an overnight rest. During that cook, they are foil boating the flat iron, so I'm going to foil boat this flat iron, give it about a 12-hour overnight rest, and then I'll meet y'all back to check in on this bad mamma jamma. I'll see y'all in the morning. And after about a 12-hour overnight rest, this flat iron is ready to slice on in. Now, to be honest, I already did this take and my microphone was muted. I'll show you the initial slice and then we'll continue to slice on in. Might as well go on with the rest of this. Plenty of juice to go around. And after some initial slicing, look how beautiful this flat iron turned out. Beautiful rendered fat cap. You have that upper fatty section, that lower lean section. But shout out to my guys over at LeRoy and Lewis, Evan LeRoy, Cole Parkman, Joe Yim, even the other guys like Matt James from Old Style Barbecue. Y'all are killing it over there. Let's try this out. Yeah. That's the slice they're serving over at LeRoy and Lewis. Let's give this a little taste. Doesn't that just look like the little end piece of a brisket? Oh yeah. Wow. You may not understand it until you try it, but if you checked out Joe Yim's videos, Knocks Out Barbecue, everyone is saying that this is like a mix between brisket and beef cheeks. That is the perfect way to describe this. Woohoo! Oh my God, that is good. It's got the texture of like lean brisket meets beef cheek. You know, beef cheek has all that collagen in it, so it ends up getting kind of sticky, but that lean brisket is just super tender, pull apart, not too fatty. This is the perfect combo of both of them. Again, this is not the exact way LeRoy and Lewis does this. I can't even tell y'all how LeRoy and Lewis does this. But if you cook it up this way, brisket style seasoning, a nice low and slow smoke, and give it a nice overnight rest, this flat iron is amazing. And it's an easy brisket substitution. This flat iron is not horsing around. I mean, the biggest reason why people butterfly this is that piece of sinew. But I mean, you tell me, can you even see it? Here's that flat iron burnt end piece that I sliced off initially. A little crustier. It's just got a little bit of a firmer texture. Y'all gotta try this out. This smoked flat iron is so good. I just can't stop. Oh, you're hanging by a thread. I mean, just look how floppy and wiggly. That's tender. Yo, this is so good. Uh-oh. Another shirt change because I got a grease stain on my shirt. Probably why I should be wearing an apron while doing these videos. But anywho, back to this flat iron. It tastes good no matter what shirt you're wearing. It is juicy, it's tender, it's got those two muscle actions going on, a bit of a fat cap on there. Again, shout out to LeRoy and Lewis. All those guys and gals over there are doing an amazing job, and I'm looking forward to getting over to that brick and mortar one day. What can you say? Except it's about to fall apart. So tender. Now what those at LeRoy and Lewis are saying is that the bottom part is like the brisket lean. Tastes almost identical to brisket lean. And this top part is like fatty brisket or beef cheeks. Yeah, checks out. Yeah, this is a tough cut to find. But if you go to your local butcher, tell them you want a whole flat iron so you can smoke it. Treat it like a brisket, cook it low and slow. Foil boat for the win. Man, I can see myself serving this up at my next backyard barbecue for sure. Oh yeah, hold your horses. This flat iron really is an alternative to brisket. This flat iron makes me want to say, ooh-wee. It's just not horsing around, y'all. Try it. This flat iron is sitting like a block of iron in my stomach. So I'm gonna go sleep this off and think of some new school barbecue LeRoy and Lewis lyrics. Bye. Whoa. I'm feeling like flat Iron Man in this dream. Cool. Smoke up an iron that is flat. Old cut, but new school, we run it back. LeRoy and Lewis BBQ is where it's at. Cole Parkman, Joe Yin, they have a knack. Pit masters with skills that do not lack. Smoke it up low and slow, foil boat, and that's a wrap. Watch until the screen it faces black. Hit that sub button, I love you, and that's a fact. Thank y'all for tuning in to Harry the Horse Barbecue. I really appreciate you checking out this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Every subscription really helps me out. You know we got that crispy bark on the outside of this flat iron, so go ahead and leave a like on this video. Leave a comment down below if you've tried smoking a flat iron, and let me know what other cuts y'all want to see me smoke up. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we're posting new content, and you can follow me on Instagram at Harry the Horse Barbecue. Tag me so I can see what y'all are cooking because it really inspires me to get outside and cook. And with that being said, there's only one more thing, y'all. This one is going straight to the horse's mouth. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace. The best alternative to brisket.